Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deeper into the life of Barron Trump, the youngest son of former U.S. President Donald Trump. Once known as a quiet, reserved figure, Barron is now stepping into the spotlight as a freshman at New York University. Alongside rumors of his first love, whispers of his natural charisma, his fascination with luxury cars, and even childhood stories of charitable deeds, Barron's journey is unfolding in ways that continue to capture public curiosity. Before we dive into this captivating story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That way you won't miss any of our exclusive stories about power wealth and the hidden truths behind the world's most talked about figures. Let us retrace his path from a childhood carefully shielded from the world to his first steps into public recognition, marked by a rumored luxury car collection and budding business ventures. Barron William Trump was born on March 20th, 2006 in New York City, making him 19 years old as of April 2025. He is an American citizen, the only child of Donald Trump and Melania Trump, but he also shares a family bond with his four half-siblings, Donald Jr., Ivanka, Eric, and Tiffany Trump. Today he studies at the Stern School of Business at New York University, one of the most competitive undergraduate business programs in America, already hinting at a future shaped by ambition and high expectations. The world first noticed him during the 2016 presidential campaign, when a shy 10-year-old Barron appeared at the Republican National Convention and on election night. From 2017 to 2021, he became the only Trump child to live full-time in the White House, a unique experience that his mother Melania fiercely tried to shield from media obsession. Years later, in 2024, Barron would emerge as an unofficial advisor to his father's presidential campaign, helping bridge the gap with younger voters through TikTok and podcasts, a move that many credit with energizing the Republican youth vote. That same year, he co-founded a real estate firm with a focus on luxury properties and golf courses. Though the company dissolved shortly after Donald Trump's electoral win, the move revealed Barron's growing interest in business. His roots, however, trace back to a childhood of immense privilege, raised in the golden penthouse of Trump Tower, born just a year after his parents' lavish wedding in 2005. Melania Trump worked tirelessly to protect her son's privacy, banning social media, limiting public appearances, and ensuring that Barron's childhood remained as much as possible untouched by the frenzy of cameras and politics. He began his studies at Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School in Manhattan, where classmates described him as friendly and approachable. It was here that rumors of his first romance surfaced with a classmate named Maddie, who later claimed to be his very first girlfriend. In 2017, Barron's life took another turn when at age 10 he moved into the White House. Unlike his older siblings who embraced the public stage, Barron lived quietly, rarely seen at official events. Instead, he devoted his time to school, to family, and to those closest to him, especially his mother and his grandfather, Victor Canavs, with whom he shared countless moments at Mar-a-Lago. Sources describe Barron as an old soul, a young man with a European poise inherited from Melania, setting him apart from his American peers. Barron also built special bonds with his nieces and nephews like Kai Trump, often joining them in games of hide-and-seek or soccer on the White House lawn. Beyond family, he carried passions that defined him: soccer, where he played midfield for DC United's Youth Academy in Technology with Donald Trump, once praising his son's remarkable computer skills, noting that Barron could navigate complex systems with ease. His education journey took him from St. Andrew's Episcopal School in Maryland to Oxbridge Academy in Palm Beach, Florida, where he graduated in May 2024. At Oxbridge, Barron often went by the alias Jack to maintain his privacy, moving through school corridors under the constant watch of Secret Service agents. Despite these restrictions, classmates recall his wit, his humor, and the effortless way he could spark conversations. Excelling in science and aviation, Barron pursued advanced classes, often completing online coursework to balance his unique lifestyle. Growing up under the constant gaze of security and media shaped Barron Trump into a private, guarded young man. Yet his years in Florida gave him fleeting glimpses of a more ordinary life, even though he rarely took part in the high school traditions like prom or team sports. His story is still in its opening chapters, but the signs already suggest that Barron could grow into a future leader in business or technology. As of April 2025, Barron is a freshman at New York University's Stern School of Business, one of the most prestigious and competitive undergraduate business programs in the country. Remarkably, back in July 2024, while still in high school, he co-founded a real estate firm with his classmate Cameron Roxburgh. The company, based at Mar-a-Lago, targeted luxury developments and golf resorts across Utah, Arizona, and Idaho. Though it dissolved after Donald Trump's electoral victory later that year, the venture revealed Barron's early ambition to build upon his family's real estate empire. During his father's 2024 presidential campaign, Barron played a surprisingly influential unofficial role, shaping media strategies to connect with young voters. His proposals included organizing a 90-minute live stream with YouTuber Adin Ross, which drew over 500,000 live viewers. Insiders believe this single event significantly boosted Republican support among Gen Z, marking Barron's first real imprint on the political stage. Those close to him say he dreams of founding his own companies and building personal wealth, a desire reinforced by his father's praise for his exceptional digital skills and ability to navigate complex tech platforms with ease. Although he has yet to secure any awards or high-profile projects, Barron's academic pursuits at NYU and his contributions to the 2024 campaign already signal a promising start. While rumors of a political career swirl, the evidence so far points to his focus on business and technology. In fact, Barron even declined an invitation to serve as a delegate for Florida at the Republican National Convention in 2024, a decision that suggests he prefers to remain behind the scenes, at least for now. At NYU, Barron is surrounded by ambitious peers and world-class professors, sharpening the skills he may one day use to launch his own tech startups. Beyond academics, he remains deeply rooted in family. He is the only child of Donald and Melania Trump, but he shares bonds with four older half-siblings, Donald Jr., Ivanka, Eric, and Tiffany. His life, though private, is marked by a special closeness with his mother Melania, his most constant protector, and with his late grandfather, Victor Kanavs, with whom he shared countless conversations in Slovenian, a language Barron speaks fluently. Despite his guarded upbringing, Barron has always been close in age to his nieces and nephews, sharing playful memories of soccer and hide-and-seek during White House years. His passions remain consistent: soccer. He is an avid Arsenal fan who once met Wayne Rooney while proudly wearing the team's jersey in video games with Clash of Clans, serving as a surprising bridge to his social life at NYU, even under the watchful eyes of the Secret Service. The most talked about glimpse into Barron's private life came in 2020 when a TikTok user named Maddie, known online as Mattitude, claimed to have been his first girlfriend during their years at Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School. She posted an old class photo alongside a snapshot from a White House trip after the 2016 election, joking, "We have to save my bae." Maddie later said their young relationship ended due to long distance after Barron moved to Florida. Her TikTok uploads, from Barbie filters to car lip syncs, viral dances, Halloween costumes, and songs like Drake's Pain 1993 or Charlie XCX's Apple 1993, painted the portrait of a typical teenager, standing in stark contrast to Barron's carefully guarded, secretive world. Growing up in the shadow of power has shaped Barron into someone both admired and misunderstood. At NYU, whispers follow him. He is often called a ladies' man, the tall, handsome figure who stands at 6'3", effortlessly magnetic, even to those who disagree with his family's politics. Yet beneath that aura, Barron leads a remarkably private life. He prefers quiet evenings, buried in books and coursework, residing in the Trump family's Manhattan penthouse, rather than indulging in the wild freedoms many of his peers chase. His mother Melania has been his shield, protecting him from the relentless glare of public curiosity. Even so, the Trump name is a double-edged sword. It opens doors, yes, but it also invites scrutiny. At NYU, some students say he is barely visible, almost anonymous, while others confess his last name alone complicates friendships, romances, and simple human connections. Barron has weathered rumors, unfair whispers about autism, exaggerated tales of genius IQ, or claims of speaking many languages. These stories, unfounded and often cruel, say more about the public's fascination with the Trump family than about Barron himself. His quiet focus on education has spared him from the controversies that sometimes shadow his siblings, whether Ivanka's business dealings or Donald Jr.'s political battles. When it comes to wealth, Barron lives in paradox. Officially, he has no income. He is, after all, just a college freshman. But reports estimate his fortune around $60 million, inherited estates in Palm Beach and New Jersey, plus luxury cars and investments in tech giants like Alphabet and Amazon. A March 2025 sighting of him wearing a Rolex Submariner fueled speculation about his taste for quiet luxury. Unlike his siblings, Barron has yet to launch headline-making ventures. For now, he prefers discretion, balancing privilege with restraint. He still lives in the family penthouse while studying with no public endorsements or flashy business pursuits, just the quiet discipline of someone determined to carve out a future on his own terms. Barron Trump's rumored car collection is more than just a display of wealth. It reflects his family's legacy of luxury, his personal taste, and the unique security needs of a former president's son. Reports suggest he owns 4 vehicles each, chosen not only for performance and prestige, but also for the quiet elegance that suits his reserved lifestyle. Based on sightings, media speculation, and the Trump family's love for high-performance automobiles, here are the cars most often linked to him. The 2023 Range Rover Autobiography has been Barron's discreet companion on the streets of New York. With a price tag around $150,000, this luxury SUV blends elegance with raw power. Its 523 horsepower V8 engine launches from 0 to 60 mph in just 4.4 seconds, while a 13.1-inch touchscreen, 35-speaker Meridian audio system, and adaptive air suspension create a cocoon of comfort. For security, bulletproof windows and run-flat tires meet Secret Service standards. Inside, custom leather trim reflects Barron's understated sophistication, perfect for quiet travel across the city. The Tesla Model X connects Barron with the image of a forward-thinking technophile. Starting at $100,000, the Plaid Edition offers a staggering 670 horsepower and sprints from 0 to 60 mph in just 2.5 seconds. Its panoramic glass roof, 17-inch center display, and advanced autopilot hint at his fascination with technology and sustainability. Falcon wing doors and 7-passenger seating add drama and practicality alike, while 5-star safety ratings ensure both style and security for a young heir constantly under watch. The Mercedes-Benz S-Class remains a timeless favorite linked to Barron through the Trump family's deep affinity for refined sedans. Valued at $129,000, it pairs a 429 horsepower turbocharged engine with plush luxuries, OLED displays, massage seats, and surround sound. Advanced safety features, adaptive headlights, blind spot monitoring, and automated parking make it an essential vehicle for navigating New York's crowded streets under escort. With its sleek profile, the S-Class speaks of power and status without ostentation, matching Barron's discreet low-key elegance. The crown jewel of his collection, however, is rumored to be the Lamborghini Aventador, a $500 and $1,000 supercar that channels both family tradition and youthful ambition. Packing a 759 horsepower V12 engine, it rockets from 0 to 60 mph in 2.8 seconds, reaching a breathtaking top speed of 270 mph. Its carbon fiber frame, scissor doors, and menacing silhouette reflect exclusivity and flamboyance, echoing Barron's whispered fascination with bold automotive design. For a young man growing up in the shadow of Trump Tower, the Aventador is less a toy than a statement of identity. The car that Barron Trump chooses to drive tells us more than just his taste in automobiles. It whispers a story about who he is becoming. His vehicle is equipped with a 7-inch infotainment display, customizable driving modes, and advanced aerodynamics blending youthful modernity with subtle practicality. Security is never an afterthought. GPS tracking, reinforced frames, bulletproof windows, and run-flat tires are seamlessly integrated, ensuring his safety even when the boldness of the design turns heads. And yet, unlike his father Donald, whose collection boasts a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a Tesla Roadster, and even a gold-painted Cadillac Alante, Barron often distances himself from the family's $2 million garage of ostentation. In doing so, he creates a quieter, more personal signature for his journeys. It is likely that his car is maintained not by his own hands but by skilled mechanics, while Barron himself focuses on the fundamentals, timely oil changes, strong security systems, and ensuring his vehicle can integrate into official motorcades when needed. His preference for darker tones or less flashy brands reflects a young man who values privacy over spectacle, balancing the Trump legacy of extravagance with his own reserved character. Rumors swirl that he may one day add a Tesla Cybertruck symbolizing his fascination with technology, or perhaps a classic 1967 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500, a nod to a whispered passion for automotive history. Beyond his car, questions linger about Barron's place in philanthropy. While he has yet to step fully into the charitable spotlight, his family's legacy casts a long shadow. Melania Trump's 2018 Be Best campaign focused on children's welfare, online safety, and the opioid crisis indirectly shaped him. At the time, Barron was still young, but his mother's role as both First Lady and mother quietly pulled him into those circles of compassion. Recent whispers claim that as a student at New York University, Barron has begun to explore issues close to his heart, especially youth education and access to technology. An unconfirmed report even places him at a Mar-a-Lago fundraiser in 2024, supporting childhood literacy. If true, his role was modest, perhaps as an observer rather than a leader, but the seed of involvement was there. The Trump family's history with charity is complicated. The Donald J. Trump Foundation dissolved in 2018 under allegations of misuse, leaving a stain on the family's philanthropic image. Yet his siblings remain active. Ivanka champions women's empowerment, while Eric contributes heavily to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. For Barron, the path is still unwritten. Rumors suggest he may one day channel his business ventures toward causes like children's welfare, echoing his mother, or even leverage his tech savvy to promote STEM education for underprivileged youth. For now, his philanthropic journey is in its infancy, overshadowed by his studies and the quiet rhythms of a life still unfolding. The car built for Barron Trump reflects both sophistication and restraint. It comes with a 7-inch infotainment display, customizable driving modes, and advanced aerodynamics. Security enhancements, including GPS tracking and reinforced framing, ensure his safety, an important layer of protection, even though the car's bold design naturally draws attention. Unlike his father's flamboyant $2 million collection, featuring Donald Trump's Rolls-Royce Phantom Tesla Roadster and a custom gold-painted Cadillac Alante, Barron prefers a quieter style that suits his personality. Experts suggest Barron's vehicle is maintained by a team of professional mechanics, with him paying attention to essential care, like oil changes, while also benefiting from top-tier safety upgrades, bulletproof glass run-flat tires, and full compatibility with Secret Service motorcades. His preference for muted tones and lesser-known brands shows his desire for privacy, a balance between the family's luxury lifestyle and his own discreet nature. Speculation grows around whether Barron will eventually add a Tesla Cybertruck to his garage, driven by its futuristic technology, or perhaps a 1967 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500, signaling a rumored passion for automotive history. While Barron has yet to establish his own philanthropic record, his family's charitable background, especially his mother Melania's Be Best campaign, launched in 2018, focusing on children's welfare, online safety, and opioid abuse. Prevention creates an environment where his future involvement seems almost inevitable. Now, studying at New York University, Barron is reportedly beginning to explore causes he personally cares about, especially in youth education and technology access, shaped by his academic environment and natural tech fluency. Unconfirmed reports from 2024 even placed him at a Mar-a-Lago charity event for children's literacy, though his role seemed more like that of an observer than a leader. The Trump family's history of philanthropy remains complicated, with the Donald J. Trump Foundation dissolved in 2018 amid allegations of misuse. Still, Ivanka Trump has supported women's empowerment programs, and Eric Trump remains involved with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Speculation has long circulated that Barron Trump may one day step out from the protective shadow of his famous family to launch a company of his own. If that happens, many believe he would likely channel a significant portion of the profits toward philanthropic causes. Some imagine him following in his mother Melania's footsteps, focusing on children's well-being and youth development. Others suggest he might harness his strong interest in technology and innovation to expand STEM education programs for underprivileged communities, creating opportunities for young people who might otherwise be left behind in the digital age. Such a move would not only carve out a legacy distinct from his father's political empire, but also frame Barron as a bridge between privilege and purpose, wealth and impact. For now, however, his contributions to charity remain quiet and understated, overshadowed by his academic pursuits and the private life his family so carefully shields from the spotlight. Years before Barron Trump entered New York University, a TikTok creator named Maddie, better known online by her handle Mattitude, made a surprising claim. She said she had once been Barron's very first girlfriend when they both attended Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School. In a 2020 video that quickly drew attention, Maddie openly confessed, "I went to school with Barron Trump, and he was my first love." To support her story, she even posted a class photo and another snapshot taken during a White House visit shortly after the 2016 election, teasing her viewers with a playful caption, "We have to save my bae." This candid revelation, though lighthearted, added a human dimension to the young man who has remained so carefully out of public reach. Maddie later explained that their so-called relationship came to an end simply because Barron moved to Florida with his family. From there, her own TikTok presence continued to grow, filled with the hallmarks of a typical teenage life. Barbie filters in 2021, lip-sync performances, playful car dances, Halloween costumes, and edits set to Drake's music. Together, her videos created a portrait of carefree adolescence, a world of trends and teenage fun that stood in sharp contrast to Barron's tightly guarded upbringing. For many curious followers, her playful claims and lighthearted glimpses became a rare, if imperfect, window into Barron's early years, offering a sense of what a normal teenage chapter in his life might have looked like if not for the weight of the Trump name. Yet without concrete evidence, her story remains an unverified anecdote. As of April 2025, Barron is a freshman at NYU's Stern School of Business, blending into college life with surprising ease. Classmates describe him as tall, striking, and quietly charismatic, even among students with sharply different political views. His towering 6'7" frame drew headlines at his father's inauguration on January 20th, 2022, while his 19th birthday in March 2025 saw sources calling him an old soul with a classic European demeanor. Technology remains his passion. Friends say he socializes through gaming platforms, a clever way of building connections, while still under Secret Service watch. His father has openly praised his digital fluency, crediting him with helping shape youth-oriented strategies during the 2024 campaign, including a live stream with Aiden Ross that reportedly drew 100 million viewers. Recently, he was spotted at Trump Tower with Melania, wearing a bold Rolex, possibly a Submariner worth $10,000, or a Patek Philippe Nautilus valued at $30,000, fueling speculation of a birthday gift. Unlike his father, Barron avoids the spotlight. He skipped high-profile events like the 2024 Republican National Convention and Donald Trump's recent speech before Congress. Instead, sources suggest his focus is on studies and potential ventures, possibly a tech startup or real estate project. His rare mix of privilege, privacy, and possibility paints a portrait of a young man poised between legacy and self-discovery. From the silent boy in the shadows of the White House to a tall, magnetic freshman walking the halls of NYU, Barron Trump's story is one of transformation. The world watches closely, not just for what he inherits, but for what he chooses to become. What do you think Barron's next move will be? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button and tell us who you'd like to see featured next. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the upcoming episodes.